A special report from the crew here at AFL.com.au. Hello everyone, Matt Thompson's my name. I'm here with Danny Frawley, the Chief Executive of the AFL Coaches Association, and also Ash Brown, Senior Writer with AFL.com.au. We are here with the results of the 2013 official Coaches Survey. And Danny, some really interesting stuff to come out of this.
Yeah, there is, and it's probably done over the 3-week bye scenario where every club had a week off, so it gives them a time to sit down with the assistant coaches. There's about 8 assistant coaches as well, have some buy into this. So there's some intriguing sort of names popping out and who's going to win the premiership, etc. Ash?
Yeah, there was always talking points out of it, and because there's that anonymity around it as well, the coaches, we don't know who said what. So some fairly forthright views put across. Well,
let's begin with the team to beat for the premiership, and the message from the coaches was pretty resounding here as we take a look. It was Hawthorn with 11 votes, Sydney with 6 votes, and the Dockers with just the 1. The question was put, who is the team to beat for the flag?
Well, Hawthorn obviously the number there, but the intriguing thing about that was their bogey team's Geelong. Now, we know that Geelong have beaten Hawthorn 10 times, and they're probably going to finish in the top 4 Geelong, so I'm not sure whether the coaches think that their premiership window is shut, but that was the thing that came out of me. I think the Hawthorn one goes without saying. They were probably the best team last year. They didn't win the flag, and that hunger, I think a lot of people are saying, well, maybe if they get to that spot again, they're going to be very hard to beat, but they've still got a couple of really good teams there, and obviously Fremantle involved there in Sydney, but the Geelong one was surprising that I got out of that one, Ash.
Yeah, I took that as a surprise well, Spud, that Geelong didn't get a mention because they have had the one on Hawthorn. Fremantle was interesting that they're rated as well. If they do get that full team together and get Sandilands and Pavlich going into that side as well, they're going to be really hard to beat.
Well, Ross coaches a great style, doesn't he? He doesn't rely on personnel. As you said, if they get Pavlich back, they've lost sort of Mundy, Fife and Barlow at certain times, and of course Big Sandilands. So if they get their best team on the park, they'll be pretty hard to beat. All
right, now trading and free agency is so interesting at the moment. So the coaches are asked if you could trade for one player from another club, who would it be? Gary Ablett tops the list this year, Ash, with Lance Franklin with 3 votes. Jeremy Cameron had 3 votes as well.
Again, the surprise, Ablett, no-brainer, has been so good this year. Franklin, I think, was nominated here last year as the most desired player. But Jeremy Cameron, Danny, that's the interesting one. In season and a half to be so coveted already.
Yeah, well, I think the fact that he's very young, and you look at, if you're going to get a trade, you want a player for 10 years, and Cameron's going to give you that, isn't he? Ablett speaks for himself. He's leading all the awards. You know, he's probably going to win the Coaches Award for the 4th time, which will be a precedent set. His year's been outstanding, and it'll be interesting. Brownlow night coming the halfway mark, he'll be that far in front, it won't be funny. But
you can sit there and watch that all day, couldn't you? Just some awesome highlights from Gary Ablett. Now, the next question that was put to coaches, a couple here actually. This is intriguing because the coaches were asked about a couple of tribunal incidents. Let's begin with the Lindsay Thomas one. This is from back in round 1, Ash. 10 said yes, he should have been suspended. 8 said no. Of course, at the end of the day, he didn't miss any games.
That's right. This divided everybody at the time, Matt. Some thought he should have gone for it. Others said no. It was incidental contact, which is how the MRP ruled it, and that's reflected with the coaches sort of being reasonably evenly split with that one as well.
Yeah, the head clash there with Ben Reid. The other one was James Kelly. Should he have been suspended? He was at the end. It was 11 saying yes, 7 saying no, so also divided, Ash.
This one's a bit more clear-cut because Kelly left the ground, I guess, and there was head-high contact. But again, there were people talking about it for a long time afterwards when this happened. Now, Danny, let's talk a bit about the match review panel, in that we also asked a question which didn't get answered, surprisingly, about what changes would you like to make, what the coaches like to see to it. What's your gut feel on with the way that's gone this year?
Yeah, look, obviously coaches are going to be fairly guarded when it comes to umpiring and the match review panel. They're probably 2 things that are sacrosanct as far as the AFL goes, and the coaches know that as well. But I think the 2 things out of the vision we saw there, probably the key would be consistency. And I think those 2 bits of vision creates a bit of uncertainty, not only for coaches but for fans, and more importantly, you know, footy ops who have to then look at that and say, well, do we sort of test the metal and go to the tribunal and get an extra week? So it's a tough one, because when you look at those 2 incidents in isolation, in the Kelly view, I agree, he should have went, and probably Thomas as well. But one got off, one didn't.
Look how divided the coaches are, though. I mean, how do you actually represent the case of the coaches if they're divided as a collective?
Well, I think Mark Evans and the match review panel will obviously look at that, and probably the loading of players as well. That's some things that I think all clubland, when you've got a player that may be a line ball, whether he gets suspended, and then he gets a bad record because of demerit points, etc. So the word consistency on those two incidents in particular, probably need to eradicate that from the game going forward.
All right, let's turn our attention now to a question for the coaches about kind of becoming one of them. Who out of the current group of AFL players could in fact make a great senior coach in the future? Lenny Hayes topped the list with 3 votes, but the coaches threw up all these names. Luke Ball was another one, Steve Johnson from the Cats, and Jack Zeeble from North. But let's begin with Lenny because he tops that list.
Yeah, well, I think Lenny will top the list because he's had a lot of injuries this year. He's been outstanding the way he's been able to come back from a knee reconstruction, win the best and fairest last year. He's had a calf injury that's probably kept him out for more than half the season. Jack Zeeble's an interesting one again, a youngster. But obviously the coaches and opposition coaches talk to these young guys and you hear them talk in the media. And already, Luke Ball, he's the president of the Players Association, so he's got a great feel for the game. Probably think Luke would maybe go down the admin role. I think that, he may well be a great coach. Probably the answer to those guys, who will be the greatest coach, who's going to be the best recruiting man behind them as well. And look, I think they've all got some great opportunities. We've got 180 assistants, senior coaches in the AFL, which is outstanding. It's a great career. Not only be a senior coach, but an assistant coach. So I'm sure those guys will do a great job if they want to.
All right, Ash, one to finish with. This one has had us all talking in the AFL.com.au office. The coaches are asked, what's their workload like? How many hours on average do you work a week? Now, one coach said they only work between 40 and 50 hours. One said 90 plus. Another said 100 plus. Now, Danny, this is all completely anonymous, but can you share with us any insights as to who might be who?
Well, look, we know that a lot of our coaches probably live and breathe it. They all do. And probably the one guy would be, down at one end would be obviously Kevin Sheedy, because he does a lot of promotion. And as I said, I don't know who, because it's anonymous as well as far as we're concerned, but it goes out saying that Ross Lyon is probably one of the best coaches going around because of his work rate. But what came out of that as the work-life balance, Ash, is the fact that 47% of coaches, and we're talking assistants as well, between February and August work 60 to 80 hours a week, which is a hell of a lot. 31%, a third, work more than 80. So that brings it out. When you put those three things together, we've got about 65% of coaches working 60 plus hours a week. And look, it's your vocation, and you work hard between February and August, and it's probably something that the Coaches Association have been pretty strong in having a day off. The Players Association have had that in for 12 years now.
Yeah, but you're not quite there yet.
Well, we're getting there. There is issues because everyone would like to say, well, why don't you have the same day off? But when the players have a day off, you're probably planning a little bit more. You might be reviewing. You might be previewing the following game. So, and it's a tough one because if the players haven't got a day off and the coaches have, they're normally in there and they want to do a few skills. So it's a bit of a balancing act, but it's something that I think all clubs, all the smart clubs are saying, well, look, you have your day off here. We'll have a couple of coaches have a day off here and there, and then we'll pick it up in the off-season. But as you know, between February and August, it's pretty full-on for everyone, not only coaches, media personnel and people working in the game as well.
Absolutely. Danny, thank you so much for being with us. Ash, we can read your reports and full coverage of the survey every week
on AFL.com and the cover story of this week's record.
Excellent. Thank you both for being here.
Good on you, Matty.
Danny Frawley from the Coaches Association and Ash Brown, senior writer with us at AFL.com.au. I'm Matt Thompson. We'll catch you soon. And, of course, you can continue the conversation on this very subject using social media, Twitter and Facebook. See ya.